This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so here today I'll teach you two commands, chmod and chown. Means here ch means change modes, and which mode? Basically change permission mode. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
And ch means change ownership. Own means ownership. Okay. So
Okay.
this is the two commands I'm going to teach you today. So this is for changing the type of ownership permission mode of the file. Okay, this is for file, and this is for ownership of files again. So any files, let's check it out. So there's one file I'm creating here, touch peter.txt and ls. Now see, this is the file, right? Let me create one directory. Let me create one directory also, mkdir dir1, and clear the screen. Now if you see that I have this file, and this directory. Now if I do ls-lrt, lrt is in detail, you can see the files. So here this is the files, and now if you observe this small which is here, look at this. So here this is the user, this particular this particular, in the color, this particular file which is peter.txt, or this directory or this file is owned by user root, and this one is a group actually. So anyone who's a part of this group can also have this access. So it's like that. So this file is owned by this user and owned by this group. So this is a user, this is a group. Now here these are the dates which you can see the format of it, when the file got created and all stuff like that. Correct. Now today I'm going to discuss about this part of it, which is changing the permission of the file. So here, this part of it. Okay. So first I'll teach you how to change the permission of the file, and then I'll teach you how to change the ownership of the file. This is the ownership. Okay. So this part is chmod. Okay. And the another part which,
what is the difference between change the permission and change the directory? Is that the same thing?
yeah, permission for the directory and file is same thing. You don't have to learn in a different way. It's like permission for the files and permission for directory. Same way you can set it up. There's no difference. Okay. So now these two commands, chmod and chown. So if you want to change the permissions of the mode of the file, then you can do using chmod. If you want to change the ownership of the file, you can use this command. Now I want you to focus on this part. Let me copy this whole things and put it up in the notes. And here, look at this. Now here, default directory. Okay, so just ignore it, give the tab. This hyphen and this hyphen also ignore it. This means you have a file. Actually, this is the file types, and this is the directory. So give a tab. So now this is your permission for the files set. Now the question is, how do we understand this? So here this all this thing, if you count it, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, so 9 characters are there. Here also 9 characters are there, and here also 9 characters are there. So how do you understand that? So few images I would like to show you. Look at this here. So here first 3 character represent the user permissions. Look at it very carefully. Here first 3 permissions here, This is the green one, represent the user permissions. Next 3 which represent the group permissions. That means any user who's a part of that group, what he can do. So, and the last 3 which you see in the red, which is the other one, everyone apart from the user and group. Okay, are you understanding?
Yeah.
So here, this is the nine character you see. 9 character you see. So here let's divide 3, 3, 3. Now 3, 3, and now this 3, now this 3, and all. So now you see this is for user, this is for the group. So user is root, group is root also, and this is for the everyone else. Same goes with this is for the user, this is for the group, and this is for the someone else. So now the question is
users, groups, and everybody else.
Yes. So now what permissions you have? So if you see that there is a peter.txt file, the user owner is having a read and writable permission. Okay.
Yes.
But if you see the directory, username is root. This guy have a read, write, and executable permission. R for read, W for write, X for execute. So that means a root user on this directory has a read, write, and execute permissions. And whereas the peter.txt, you have read and write permissions only, no execute permission. Now, if you see that here, peter.txt, the user root has only read permission and no other. Sorry, this is for the group. This is for the user. So this is for the group. So group, you have only read permission. That means group name root have only read permission, and in fact everyone else also have the read permission. So now the question is, how do we work with it? How do we work with this? So read and write and execute. Each one of these, so each one of these has certain weightage actually. So here this weightage is here, read means 4, number 4, write means 1, and number execute means 1. Okay, so if you see that image, here you see read, write, execute. So here these are the permissions you have it. So now how do we read this number? So here you see D for directory, R for read, write, W for write, and execute. Now if you see that, I want to show the weightage for it, and the weightage is here. Look at this. So weightage is very simple one. Look at this here. This is a very nice table. So this is the owner, owner means user, this is the group, and this is others and everyone. So here this is the 3 character, 3 character, 3 character, 9 character, all things, read, write, execute. So the weightage of write is 4. Weightage of, sorry, read is 4, write is 2, and weightage for execute is 1. So if you combine 4 plus 2 plus 1, that means in simple way 7. So if you want to give owner every permissions on the file, then 7. But let's say if you want to give only read and write, then 6. Okay, so same goes with here. Let's say if you want to give only read permission, then 4. And here if you want to give read and write permission, then 6. So like that, here depends on what permission you want to the owner. You can set the number. So 4 plus 2 plus 7, 1. 7 is the highest permission. Here also everything, 7 is the highest permission. Here also is everything, 7 is highest permission. Whereas if you want to give only read permission, 4, 4, 4. So 4 to the owner, 4 to the group, and 4 to the other source. So this is the way that permission works actually. So
well,
how do we?
Are these numbers just conventional because there are only 7 permissions, or how did it come about?
No, that is a maximum thing. So what you can see. So if you want to give the complete permission 7, 7, 7. Least permissions if you want to give 0, 0, 0. And if you want to give only 1, 1, 1, like owner have a exclude, depends on the requirement actually. So default, there is one default permissions also. What is the default permissions? Let me show you here. Linux that is 644. I want you to show you here. 644. This, sorry, 664. Okay, so this is the default permissions. Okay, now here this is the default permission. That means if you create any files, you will create with a 644. Whether it's true or not, let's try it out. What I'm doing right now, I'm creating one file, deploy.sh. This is a shell script, empty one I'm creating. And if I see here, look at this deploy.sh, and I'm counting whether it's true or not. 664 or 644. I think 644. Sorry, this is also wrong. 644. This is not a complete information. So you'll have a 644. Okay, so how do you know? This is the one you see here, default file permission 644. So let's calculate it. This is the one which I copied from it. So now this is the 3, this is for owner, this is for group, this is for others. So 4 is a weightage, read is 4 and write is 2. So here it's 6. Here is 4 and here you 4. So that's a default permission actually. So now if I want to execute this file, I have to have a permission myself itself. I am the owner, right? So I should have execute permission. So that means 7. I have a 7. So 744. So how do you do that? So chmod 744 and deploy.sh. You see here, and now ls-lrt. See that execute permission is got added somewhere here. Okay. So, this is the way. Yeah.
So that means if you have a file or an IP address and you want to give somebody permission, that's what you do. You say chmod 744. That means you have given the person the permission to read, write, and execute the file.
Yeah. So that means 744 means owner will have every permissions, group will have only read permission, and others will have only read permission. 4 means read. That is what I'm trying to say here.
Okay. I got it. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the permissions. So you can change the permissions like this. Now, how do you practice multiple examples for this? So chmod example, and just put it up in the Google, and here some of the, this is so you see that same thing, chmod. This is a complete picture. This is executable and readable, and this only readable. So here this is the file. Now many options are also there. You see here, many options are there for this command. So if you see that here, clear the screen. If you do man means manual, chmod, enter. You see so many options are there, and documents you can read this about it. So some of the options which you have is like -c, silent, verbose node, and few more options. All these options not used a lot, except this one. This is being used a lot. So if you want to change the permission in all the files and in the directory, then you can use R options. Okay, R means recursive and apply to all the files of the directory. So something like this you can try. So here there's one directory, and here go to the directory 1, and here touch file1.txt, file2.txt, file3.txt, and you see all the files you have. Now if you see all the files, I want to give 777. So what I'll do, 7 chmod hyphen capital R and 777. That means user, group, and owner. Every permissions you are giving, and dot means every file. Enter, and you see here I gave the permissions. You see this one. So all the permissions you have it. So this is the way you can manage the permission of the file. So here you see that now table. You can see chmod move 777 means everything, and here you can customize. So you can write RWX format. You can write this number also, or you can write this Unicode number also. So Unicode, no one is using it. Only this is okay. Here also you understand the read, write, and execute permission, which I explained it to you. This number, this table, you must remember it. And here you see to understand all this thing numeric and all. Okay, so now you understood that chmod.
Yeah. So what we are doing, is it what you call scripting?
See, when you can change the permission. So sometimes to execute the script. For example, this script which I want to let me go back. I want to execute this script. So for that, I need to have a executable permissions. Do it. Yes, I am having it. So I can execute only if I have executable. But let's say I'll just change the permission 644 and deploy.sh. Now you see that I changed the permission, no executable. Now can I run this code? See, permission denied. So that means you can change the file's permissions and make it executable. I mean, you can run this like this. For many other regions also, the permissions we change it. Maybe sometime what happens, this file should be read by some particular user. So for that, let's say web server, most of the time web server applications in the permissions, so users should be able to access the file efficiently and for read and write and execute purpose. So yeah, it can be changed it can be used anywhere. Okay. So now this command which I'm going to talk about is changing the ownership of the file. Okay, so who should be the owner of it? So ownership of changing the ownership of root, user, and group. So how do you do that? So here, this is very simple. So
Let me call you. I bet. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
here, this here, if you look at this, right now this file is owned by root. Correct now? So I should have some user. Okay, so now how do we have it? Let me create one user add. Oh, sorry, user add Rajesh. Okay, so Rajesh is one of the user I'm adding. Now, if you see that this is the permissions is deployed. Here you have a root. Deployed as a root user. So I want to own this file should be owned by Rajesh. So what I will do, chmod chown user is Rajesh, enter. Yeah. So are you able to hear me? Hello. Yeah. Yeah. So here what I did, I created one user add Rajesh, and this file deploy.sh was accessible by user called root. And now I made it this chown command username Rajesh, and this is the file name. So you see that file is owned by Rajesh now. So do you want to change that this group also? So yes, you can do that like something like this chown Rajesh is user, group name Rajesh. It can be, you can create a different group also. So how do I know which group you have and all stuff like that? So if you do the etc and group, group, so these are the groups which you have. So you can create a new group also just by specifying it. That is the beauty about it. So here now this file is owned by Rajesh and group is root. So what to do? Chown Rajesh username, group name also Rajesh, and here the file name is deploy. And you see here now this is owned by Rajesh, group name is Rajesh, and this is how the changing the ownership of the file.
Ownership.
Now can I change this? Yeah, ownership. So can I change this all these file permissions? How do I do the recursively in the this directory? So chown -r, r means capital, and after that username, and then group name, and then a dot. And you see here dot means current location, everything. See that all the files in one go recursively. I changed it. So this is the chown command which you have it. So I want you to see that some of the chown command examples. So chown examples, you'll put it in Google, and here any URL which you open up, okay, you have all this explanation which I already did, and some of the commands like, see here, master is username, this is the file name, and stuff like that. So yeah, so this is the two commands which I taught you today, chmod and chown. Did you understand this?
Yeah, I understand. But let me ask something to see a question. In AWS, we want to grant permissions to users. We create users, and if you want to grant permissions to users, is it using? Can we use these Linux commands to grant those permissions, like the read,
No.
write, and execute? No.
These commands which I'm teaching you is a Linux command, and the
Correct.
Linux VMs you can have in EC2 instance, or the VMs which I created using VirtualBox or VMware or Azure or Google Cloud, or in your laptop also if you install Linux. These commands is operating system commands. So
Okay.
this command will help you to set the permission of file. I repeat, is for the file. Of course, the files is located in operating system. So
Okay.
this will
It's good that I asked that question. Now I understand properly. Is these permissions are Linux commands to grant permission into the VM machines, you know, the Linux machines.
yes.
Yeah. No, I get it right.